All right, what do we got right now? What can we do right this minute?
Do you have a challenge for me, Matt?
I can find one.
Let's do it.
I promoted one that I don't think any of us will have actual information on, but we can do it.
All right, here we go. This is a $20 challenge. I'm opening to the room. Jordan, since you're doing housekeeping stuff, if you want to,
I'll go last.
Sit out, that's cool. But we'll do you last? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to apologize in advance for my pronunciation here. I have not looked any of these people up, and I don't know their names. And they're mostly names in languages I don't speak. So this is sure to be a train wreck.
Okay.
So this is the $20 challenge. The Formula One São Paulo Grand Prix is taking place today. Who do you think will finish on the podium? First, second, and third. Drivers are listed in order of start position, listed with their respective teams. And I would actually like to come back and judge us on this. So, I'm going to expand.
This is kind of a preview of what we're going to be doing later on, which is trying to call the winners of the football.
Yeah. So I'm going to expand the nature of this challenge a little bit. Each of us gets to pick 3. A person for first, a person for second, a person for third. If you successfully call any of them, my thinking is that we each get. So we can do this one of 2 ways. You get a point for if any of the 3 people show up on the podium, you get 1 point. Right? So you get 1 point per person that shows up on the podium. So that's your first 3 points. If you nail the placement, and so you call a name as first and they get first, you get 3 points for first, 2 points for second, and an extra point for third. So the overall best a person could do here is 9 points.
Okay.
Does this seem like a reasonable way to score it? We're all going to score 0.
This is a more complicated scoring system than I was anticipating, but okay.
This is my thought, is how about we have the challenge giver take note of the score and let us know how we did so that we don't have to actually keep track of our own score because we got enough going.
Well, we don't know that the challenge giver is still in
all right,
chat.
then Matt, you're keeping track of score. This is all you.
All right. All I have to do for now is track what your judgment is, right? And then we can score it tomorrow. But okay, I am taking notes here, though. So we'll start with Ashton.
Sure. Do you want me to just go my last names?
Are you looking at the... Oh, I was going to read them all out.
I'm looking at the chat. Oh, okay, go ahead.
If you're looking at them all, you can do it.
Sure. This Red Bull Racing guy looks pretty good.
Okay, give me a sec.
Maybe Ferrari? Am I pronouncing that right?
For what it's worth, there are 2 Red Bull Racing racers. You have to pick one.
Oh, are they brothers?
No.
I'll pick the older one.
The older one? Oh, we don't know how old they are. All right.
If they have the same last name, they must be.
The name is the first thing, Ashton. The team is the second thing. And you know this.
I
don't see a second Red Bull Racing person here. There's Max Verstappen, Red Bull Racing. On the list.
I'm gonna go with even numbers here. I'm gonna go Verstappen. I'm gonna go Perez, and I'm gonna go Leclerc.
Okay, and in what places?
I'm gonna go reverse order. Let's say Leclerc
Verstappen
first.
in third.
Verstappen in third.
Okay,
Leclerc
Perez.
first, and Perez can stand second.
Okay. Paste. Sorry, I'm just pasting your placement. And the last one was who?
Do you have first and third?
Sorry, it was Leclerc. Charles Leclerc.
Leclerc, Perez, Verstappen.
Okay. Cool.
I mean, the Red Bull drivers, presumably, having wings, seems like that would be unfair.
That's overpowered, yes.
It's a little cheaty.
Oh, I did pick 2 Red Bull Racing people, so great.
You sure did. So it's
now the real question is: do we allow duplicates?
Yes, we.
Have I taken it off the board? Yes.
Have you taken those off the board? So somebody else has to pick. So Paul has to pick a different.
That seems a little unfair if I get to pick from the top people.
All right, Paul, it's your turn to pick your 3.
So do I have to choose different people?
No, you can choose the same people.
I
choose
don't
everyone.
actually. I'll be honest. I don't know. My entire knowledge of F1 drivers is based on like Top Gear from 5 years ago, so it's not accurate anymore.
I
I
have
believe
a
that's
lot
the
of
point.
I have a lot of F1 knowledge from drivers from about 10 years ago. And none of these people I know.
So I mean, there seems to be some pretty definitive answers in the chat. Which to be honest,
Can't
like
crowdsource your answers from chat.
I'm just gonna say, chat seems to be pretty well established. But so this is the order that I'm seeing them is their starting line order,
Yes.
That's correct.
That's the qualifying order, yeah.
qualifying order.
So their start positions.
You know what? I'm just gonna say, for the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna say that none of them, they're all gentlemen, and none of them are going to pass each other at all. So they're all going to end up in the exact same order that they started in.
Solid.
So
All
it's
right.
going to go Valtteri Bottas, Max Verstappen, and Carlos Sainz Jr.
All right,
the entire way.
I accept. Jordan,
I
Can I
mean,
get
the guy
your-
he starts ahead of all the other ones. It seems like that means he's going to end up ahead.
it does, doesn't it? And he qualified to be there.
Also, F1 drivers all being gentlemen. Lol. Okay. All of my knowledge of F1 is old. Go ahead, Paul.
I was just gonna. We did a couple of stories, especially in the early days, or sort of the after when the pandemic was going on for like when like F1 couldn't do races, and so they were doing like the virtual races, and the F1 drivers were like not taking it seriously. Like they were doing like virtual races in, I forget what, they're in one of the like very accurate simulation games, and there was all sorts of shenanigans happening. Like they were smashing into each other and stuff. Like they were kind of doing the things that they wish they could do in real life. iRacing, yeah, where they were like bashing into each other and stuff. And like the organizers were like, guys, you have to actually take this. You have to pretend this is real, okay? Otherwise, this isn't gonna work. But they had or like people, they were just like either like not doing it, or there was stuff with like people having like somebody else race for them.
Yes.
It didn't go very well. They just like they couldn't really take it seriously.
That's
Alright.
funny.
Who do I want to go with?
I don't know.
I am going to say that Lewis Hamilton comes first. Max Verstappen will be second. And just because I have fond memories of him from, 10 years ago or something, Sebastian Vettel will be third.
Okay, I have to find Sebastian. There we go. Oops. Did not do that correctly, so give me a moment. Cut. All right, I will have
Why
you
am
know,
I getting booed? Why am I getting booed?
Literally
I will have
one
you
person said boo in the chat. Come on.
that Paul and Jordan both stole one of my picks.
Oh, Vettel in third is a brave choice. Is he just bad these days? I don't know. I haven't watched in years.
Boo this man.
Yeah, boo this man. All right, let me see what I can come up with here. All right, let's see.
I want to hear reasons, Matt. I want
what's
to hear
interesting?
well thought out reasons.
What's interesting? What's interesting? I know nothing about cars, and I know nothing about the people who drive cars, as evidenced by the fact that I left my gearbox in the middle of the street yesterday.
But other than that, you're very qualified.
other than
for
that,
this. Yeah.
yeah.
To be fair,
Lando
driving the
Norris-
car really hard and like braking it isn't necessarily like. I feel like that's actually on par for like an F1 driver. if you got large portions of your car replaced every like half hour, you'd probably be fine.
Yeah. All right. So Lando Norris. I'm putting Lando Norris in first because his name is Lando.
It's Lando, yeah.
And also he's driving a McLaren, and I know that name. Who do I want to put in second? Lance Stroll. I don't believe Lance Stroll is going to stroll around the course. And Lance Stroll is driving an Aston Martin, which is the car that James Bond drives.
You got
James
Bond
names? Noted F1 racer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I know, maybe he is actually.
And,
Has he? He's probably done an F1 race in like one of the movies.
No, but he did join a demolition derby on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I was going to say, he's not very good at... he's good at street racing. He's not great at keeping cars on a track.
Yeah.
He'll go through the track on the way to his destination.
And my final pick is Fernando Alonso. The reasons for that is Fernando Alonso is starting in pole position 12, which is my lucky number, and is driving for Alpine, which is a type of skiing I enjoy. There we go. So our picks are locked in, and we will come back and score that when we have results. So that is up to chat to let us know when this race is done and to give us the finish order, and then we can score our respective cards and find out who is the true knower of all things F1 among us. Knower of all things F1. That's what this tournament is called. It's the knower of all things F1 tournament.
Did someone say Among Us?
I would like to push F1 to skip through my turn. Wait, no. What does F1 do?
It's the Coatifu one. The Coatifu one tournament.
I remember reading an amazing, I think it was just like a post on Reddit or an article or something. It was talking about like F1, the F1 cars, and basically it's like, tuning a car so that it has so much power that it just explodes, and then reducing it just slightly so it doesn't explode until the race is over.
I think we just discovered a new sport. It's like bringing them all to the brink of exploding and measuring how far away the parts go to test the true power of the explosion.
It's like make a car that explodes and then bringing it back a little bit so that it doesn't explode while it's on the track.
Just a smidge.
Making a car that almost explodes is much harder than making one that does.
But it's like, but it's the idea of like making a car that has worn out all its components in like an hour.
Yeah.
It's like I love it's like watching sprinting in the Olympics, right? Where like, the times for sprinting is like sub 10 seconds, right? I think Usain Bolt is 10 point or 9 point something. And to watch this person who is, the absolute peak of athletic perfection or whatever, just the ability to and you watch them after the race and they're just completely ruined, right? And just the idea, just the physical ability to basically, how to make your body use all your energy in less than 10 seconds. Like, just that aspect of it is amazing to me.
It's like, I can go 100 meters. Don't ask me to go 110.
Yeah, like
I will be on
like
the ground.
Their technique and their physically calibrated. But yeah, totally amazing. Although apparently, I guess the Usain Bolt maybe could go go even more.
I want to see long distance sprint runners.
Long distance.
Yeah, they talk about
Those are like marathoners.
Well, no, but they talked about like in the
inventing a sport here, Matt.
That in the like when Usain Bolt set the world record, he was so far ahead of everybody else, and like the last couple meters, he was like woo woo, like he wasn't even sprinting properly.
That's the real flex.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like if an F1 car, and I don't think they even can without exploding, would like get to the end, and if they're far enough ahead to just do a donut and then cross the finish line.
Or just like, yeah.